Get an inside look at the costuming world of the marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Cody's standing by with more on a new book going over the award-winning designs. And this is a good costume show.
Yeah. I love this show. I love the writing, I love the acting, I love everything, but the true star of the show are the costumes. Let's all just face it. Right now, joining us, we have Donna Zakowska joining us to talk to about this amazing wardrobe, and you get this book out here. I'm telling you, when this show first came on, I was so addicted. I'm still addicted. I love it. But the costuming, this must have been like the greatest gift to somebody that's in the costuming world to work at a show like this.
Well, yeah, I think the thing about it is that it's a really great period, but it's also what you make it. Do you know what I mean? Could have been approached very differently, but it's somehow, having like directors that really care about the clothes, that are really passionate, having an actress who is like fantastic at working with the clothes, it somehow really came together, in a way that was very exciting for me. And so in that sense, I mean, it was a credible design opportunity. I really loved it, actually. And what I'm sort of hoping is that I'm hoping now with the book to sort of like, sort of tune people into what the process was, what it was sort of behind the scenes, creating these clothes and the levels and the depth that we went to, in terms of creating them. But it's nice to hear that you love the clothes. So
it's seriously,
I love hearing that from the man.
Fabulous. It's fabulous.
Yeah.
Was it at the very beginning? Was it part of the process that they said, okay, the costuming is actually going to be a character on the show, basically? I mean, it is such an integral part.
I don't think anyone quite said that to me, but somehow it is something that, it's certainly, I don't know what actors would think about that, but somehow it was something that just sort of happened. I think it has a lot to do with the momentum and the rhythm of the momentum of the script is what sort of supplied this sort of, sort of practically dance-like operatic quality to the text for me. And it felt like the clothes, I really needed to keep punctuating and, sort of enhancing this rhythm. And I think that's how it all sort of started, really, really wanting to create a musical, practically quality to the use of clothing. And then also dealing with a period that is really a wonderful period, and somehow combining those things, actually.
Well, you nailed it, my friend. You nailed it. So what will we learn in the book?
Well, I think in the book, what I'm hoping is that you will see things that you really, people always wonder, how did this come about? Did you build these clothes? Did you find them? Are they vintage? I think what the book sort of tells you is how really everything is, on the whole, really designed and created and constantly dealing with like the palette, and I love, I put a lot of sketches in the book because I felt like those are things that you'll never find on the internet. And in a way, the sketches become like this sort of calligraphy about the clothes. And so I felt I was really trying to sort of enhance, elements of the costuming that I felt you wouldn't be able to get just seeing the show. So it's a little bit of a look behind the scenes in a way.
So cool. I love it. And my final question to you, I always ask anybody that's done anything with Amy Sherman-Palladino, if you've ever seen her without a jaunty hat on.
I have a little bit, but not much, I have to admit. I was thinking about wearing a hat myself today because I thought that's so appropriate for Amy. But the hat is a big part of her image, I have to say. And luckily, we have a lot of hats in Mrs. Maisel. So, I think what she really loves. So that's been a big part of it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. The book is lovely, and seriously, the entire aesthetic of the show is just gorgeous. Like, you could actually watch with the sound off and be entertained. That's how good the show is. But you put the sound on, and the jokes are amazing. They're amazing.
Well, that's really wonderful to hear. That is fantastic to hear.
Thank you so much. Happy holidays to you.
Good. All right. All right, thank you.
Stick around. We got more in the show coming up. Do not go away. I cannot wait for my daughter.